Best day, my dear students. We are now in the topic rectangular coordinate system. And my task is to show you what a rectangular coordinate system is. A rectangular coordinate system is also known as the XY plane. Others call this one as the two-dimensional coordinate system. Others also call this one as the Cartesian plane, named after a famous French mathematician, René Descartes. Rectangular coordinate system is a result of the intersection between two number lines. The first number line is called the horizontal number line, labeled as the x-axis. And then the other number line is called the y-axis, the vertical number line. The two lines intersect at a particular point called the origin. This one, let me label. So place a label, origin. This is the origin, right, at 0, 0. So you notice the value of x here at the origin is 0 and the value of y is 0. Now, to make this one more meaningful, I know that some of you are using your graphing paper. So to show you this Cartesian plane like in a graphing paper mode, let me show you the grid. Okay. So for a normal person, a grid is just like this, no? Plain white kaganina. But for Rene Descartes, this is full of line plus the rectangular, the x and y axis. Mao na ang nasa una ni Rene Descartes. For para nato, wala ra gyud, plain white ra gyud. So grabe kay kunahuna si Descartes. The result of this discovery of Rene Descartes is that he was able to coin the two giants in mathematics, namely the geometry and algebra. Okay, as part of historical value, guys, before ni Rene Descartes, geometry is different from algebra, and there is no direct relationship between the two. But in the advent of this discovery of Rene Descartes, so they were able to notice nga ang algebra pwede ma-relate nimo sa geometry, unya ang geometry pwede nimo ma-solve using algebra. Kay pwede naman ka makahimo ani og mga shapes. Pwede na nimo mag-graph with the help of this coordinate. So kining tawag na to diri, no, kining parentheses are called a coordinate. So a coordinate is consist of the x value first, kaya ang horizontal man eh. And the other one, comma, is the vertical value, which is called the y value. Okay. So because of this intersection, the whole plane is subdivided into four. So this is the first plane, which is called the quadrant 1, the second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. So all coordinates here, meaning to say coordinates, the value of x and the value of y are all positive. So say for example, butang tag another one. Let us play, say for example, kinidredapita. Okay. And let us place a label, no? Let us place this one as letter A. Okay. So notice, point A, okay, ato gibutang ha. Man, this is now significance to show to you that geometry and algebra are coined together. So inyo makita diha screen, in geometry this is called point A. Now in algebra this is called 4, 4 as its coordinate. So mo ni ang testament, no? Mo ni ang proof nga sa discovery ni Descartes, ang geometry o ang algebra pwede ra mausa. So you notice that the value of x and the value of y are positive, and it belongs to quadrant 1. While in this area here, ato igay po ibutang diri. Okay. So let us place a label here. This should be letter B. Letter B and the value. Okay, so notice, since we are in the second quadrant, the value of x here is negative 4, comma, positive 4. So, yun sa na, no? So, ang pagtanaw na to na guys is tanawa ang x value. So, this is the x-axis. Tungod sa 4, then tungod po siya sa 4 nga rin sa y. Negative 4 nga rin sa x, mo na mag-una, comma, negative y po diha. Okay. And on the third quadrant, another point. Okay, kini. Let us place a label here which is C with a value. Okay, so you notice in point C that belongs to quadrant 3, the x value is negative and the y value is also negative. And last but not the least, for this particular point, this area, so ato makita gihapon na this is point D containing the x value is 4 and the y value is negative 4. Okay, mana. So to generalize, all coordinates, no, meaning to say coordinates, the value of x and the value of y in the first quadrant are all positive. Secondly, for quadrant 2, all value of x are negative here and all values of y here are positive. For the third quadrant, both x and y values are negative, no? And for the fourth quadrant, the x value are all positive while the y value are all negative. So, aside from that, there is also a tendency that the point may lie on the x-axis. Now, ato bantayan. No? So, for example, what if the point is placed on this particular point, at this particular point, no? It will happen. What is the label? How do we label this one? So, ato makita, no? This is point E. Point E is, balhin dere. Okay. Point E is, the value of x is 8. And since wala man tamutungtong nga rin sa y-axis, ang tungod niya is actually, there is a 0. Okay? And on the other hand, what if kung naa siya sa y-axis nga rin nato ibutang? Okay. And let us place a label here. That is letter F. Okay. So, you notice that the value of x, since what man siya mitungtong diha sa x-axis, ang iyang tungod sa x-axis is 0, and the y value here is negative 2. So, that's it. Now, as a point of reference lang, no, kay kasagaran nato mga estudyante, maglibog ra ba paggamit aning graphing paper, mo na akong nabantayan sukad sa akong pagtudlo. Actually, this number line can be scaled, no? So, ako balik ko na, number line can be scaled. So, what do I mean? So, may pasabot ni sir ng mingon tao, ang scaling na to, no? O, say for example, ang akong x-axis, no? This one, x-axis. So, makita ninyo, from 0 to 1, before the ring linya, 1 to 2, makita ninyo nga ang iyang scale or interval is tag 1. Kamoy magbuot actually kung unsa kalagyon. Pwede ninyo nga kada linya mahimong dos. Like for example, kini ako utrohon ha, tanawa sa mahita po. Oh. No? So, ang na-change na ako is ang y value. Okay, ito kabantay mo. So, from 0 to 0.5 and then 1. Kaganina, ani man to? Oh. Balik ta. Diba? Muna ha, kamu rin magbuot. Pwede po ang inyong y-axis may inyong utrohon. O, inyong x-axis. O, like this. So, nakabantay mo. Na-change na ning gamay. So, gikan sa tag 1, nahimong tag 2 dire. Pwede po na ninyo balihon. O, tag 3 ako, butangan ako, mao lang ito kaganina, 1 diha, tapos 2 dire. O, maninita po. Or pwede po nato na tinag 5. O, nagtikagamay. So actually, ang scaling ana kamura gyud magbuot unsaon na ninyo. Ang importante lang is you have to be consistent. Kaya I found out man god manang moingon jud ko sa ako ang leksyon diri nga you have to use the graphing paper para the distance must be accurate. Kaya ang problema sa inyo ha, my dear students, no? Uh, is consistency, no? Meaning to say, from this point up to this particular line, 1 diri. Pag abot diri, imbis 1, nahimo ng 2. So, it must be consistent. Moro gid na ang ato ang perminti ibalik, no? So, let me wrap or give a summary for this topic, no? So, a Cartesian plane is a two-dimensional coordinate system, no? It composes of a horizontal number line called the x-axis and the vertical number line called y-axis, no? Importante gina ang label. So, since this is a plane and a plane is limited, an arrowhead of a particular number line should be placed to signify, no, pagpasabot nga the numbers are still continuing, no? So, the meeting or the intersection between the two number lines at a particular point is called origin, having the coordinates of 0, 0. And because of this intersection, the whole plane is divided into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, all values of x and y are both positive. Quadrant 2, x is negative, y is positive. Quadrant 3, all values of x and y are negative. And quadrant 4 could be x value is positive and y is negative. And another tendency, a particular point may fall within the horizontal number line. So the x value might be positive or negative, but the y value must be 0, no? And on the other hand, pwede po siya magputog pa ang point or coordinates sa y-axis, wherein ang x value is 0 and the y value could be positive kung diri dapit sa ubos niya, or negative kung diri sa ubos, and positive kung nasa taas. So, for its use, no, this simple discovery of Descartes was able to coin, number 1, the two mathematics, giant in mathematics, geometry and algebra. And for the modern times, you notice the point, no, these coordinates is now improved into what we call the GPS, the Geo Positioning System. Wherein point-point na niyo na makita ninyo sa coordinates. And notice that the grid, no, mostly, no, ang pinakagamit yung kayo ni sa tuang modern time, kung makabantay mo, are actually creating maps. No? So, this is now the rectangular coordinate system, and thanks to this discovery. Thank you and God bless.